Hello everybody, welcome to episode 9 of the Amber Army YouTube Football Manager 2017 experiment, Newport County Russian Takeover, and the Russians and manager Phil Parkinson have finally had Newport County into League One. Look at the company that they're keeping as well. Charlton are in there, Bradford are in there, Barnsley are back down in there, Exeter are up in there, Luton are up in there, Nottingham Forest are fallen down. Portsmouth are in there, Preston have fallen down. So this is going to be a pretty good season, I think. It's going to be very competitive, and obviously Newport County, Phil Parkinson's still manager. He hasn't been picked up by anybody. David Flitcroft is still the assistant. So the team that got Newport County out of League 2 are going to get a good shot at League 1. So we go on the general. Is it general? No, we need profile. Finances, it doesn't mention finances. That's weird. General with estimated value 45.5 million. The money is starting to thin out, but the Russians are very wealthy people. Oh, under transfer embargo due to breach of financial regulations. Oh no. So that means, oh no. Oh no. Look at that. Aaron Cole, Frank Newbley, Joe Day, Matt Dolan have all gone on a free, and they are unable to replace them. But the squad looks big enough. Let's have a quick look. So they've got two keepers, two decent keepers. they got the right backs, left backs, plenty of centre backs. They got Chris Brunt, who can play on either wing. They got the centre mids. They got the wingers. They got the strikers. So they got a good enough squad there. They just can't add to it. Is that going to cost them? I got a bad feeling it's going to, you know. So there's no one in. There's a few out. Right, so can Newport still have players from Swansea on loan? That's the burning question. Can they have him on loan? Alright, they're looking to bring in... Oh, he's a coach. That's alright. I'm looking to see if there's any information on this transfer embargo. Just going to follow them up. That might end up giving me more information on them. There's not a lot that's rich. Under transfer embargo due to breach of financial regulations. So they obviously breached the financial fair play rules. Obviously by spending 5 million. So, right, okay, this is a problem. This is a real problem. They probably shouldn't have spent that much. I've been moaning about them spending money, and now they got a transfer embargo for spending too much. But, well, there's not a lot you can do about that. I say let's take it to the 2nd of September, see if the transfer embargo is still in place and see how long it lasts for. That's what all the clicking around was for, was to see how long that's going to go for. I can't find where that information is, so onwards to the end of the transfer window and see if any players get poached. Okay then, we are now on the 2nd of September. 5 games in and a decent start. 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss, and that being away at Coventry. 2 draws against Swindon and Scunthorpe, wins against Nottingham Forest and AFC Wimbledon. So 8 points out of 5. That's a decent start. Decent start to life in League 1, and hopefully more to come. Now, transfer embargo, is that still in effect? It is under transfer embargo due to breach of financial regulations. At least they'll preserve some cash. They've had a decent start. No players in, obviously. Loans, no nothing. Basically, the team that got them promoted is the team that's going to be taking them forward. Let's have a little look at how the players... let's have a little look at the schedule, because they were obviously played. They went out to Ipswich on penalties in the EFL Cup first round. That's gutting. But the Checkatrade Trophy, they've won their first game, and they got Swansea in the 23s and Kidderminster. Kidderminster are in League 2. Wow. Considering they're in Conference North at the moment, that's quite an achievement. So Kidderminster, that should be a win. So comfortably into the next round of the Checkatrade Trophy. Maybe a cheeky Wembley trip before they get to the Championship. Who knows? But that's pretty much where we are right now in League 1. So the best performing players now, there is some good performers out there. They've really started well. Joe Mason, when did he come in? Bloody hell, 2 years ago. I remember that now. I remember him coming in now. Yeah, I remember. So Ashley Fletcher, the goal scorer from last year, scored 20 goals last year. He's back on scoring form again, well, these are obviously league appearances, so he played all 46 league games last year, scoring 20 goals, only 1 assist though. Bit of a greedy mofo, wasn't he? Well, so good start to life in League 1. You've got to be happy with that. Is there anything worth looking at on the players? Maybe it's a bit early to be looking at that stuff. I say let's take it through to the end of the episode and get it onto the end of November. So guys, I shall see you there. Right then, so we are on the 30th of November, 21 games in, and as you can see, it's gone a little bit sideways now. They've dropped down the table a bit. They have lost a fair few games. They are in a relegation battle, but they're 8 points away from being in a playoff place. So if there's any way of being able to turn it around, then okay, so Phil Parkinson got sacked. Hey, now I tell you something now, these Russians are starting to get a little bit too, yeah, they're starting to get a little bit too harsh with these managers now, because I could understand Flynn to a degree, and then I could understand Mowbray spending the money and not taking him anywhere. Then Parkinson came in, spent a hell of a lot of money and took him up. I suppose with the money he spent, they still wanted him to do better in League 1 than what he's currently doing. Considering how much money he spent on the players that he brought in, should have done better. So he was sacked on the 28th, so it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago he got sacked. So David Flitcroft is the new manager now, but he's only on a caretaker basis. Is it worth giving David Flitcroft the manager's job? I mean, what's his tactics? Are the same tactics? No, absolutely not. Still not a fan of those tactics. It worked to get it at League 2, but with the players they had to get it at League 2, really, didn't they? So I'm thinking now, bring in a manager. They're in League 1 now, so you can get a bigger manager than what they've been attracting in the past in League 2. I say get a good one who's going to get them up. A Chris Wilder type manager. Get them into the Championship in the next 2 years. And then you've got 4 years to get to the Premier League then to hit your 10-year target. Worthwhile, I think. Just get out there and get the right man this time. No messing around. You got some money, Russians. Obviously, what's his name? Parkinson was only on 1,009. Offer a manager's wage of $5,000 a week and front the bill. You got the money. Vasily and Mikhail, you got the money. Get the right man this time. So as you can see, that's the run of form that's lost him his job, because up till this point it was all going quite rosy. So I'd imagine at this point they were probably sitting possibly in around about the top 8 or so, looking at that, maybe the top 8 to the top 10, but then boom, 5 losses on the bounce, out of the FA Cup to Dover. What? Dover. They lost 2-0 FA Cup first round to Dover. Well, that's just appalling. First round of both major cups, and now the Checkatrade Trophy. They got Villa and the 23s at home. I think if David Flitcroft is in charge up until this point and he wins the next 2 games, he may earn himself a contract. But I hope not. I hope they do get in the right man who's going to play the right positive tactics that'll take him up. Anyway, I think, is that worth calling time? Let's have a quick butchers on the player stats. So goals, Ashley Fletcher's in amongst the good scorers, but not right up the top. So it's going to get to that point again where Newport don't have any outstanding players. They don't have any players who are standing out well enough to get into this. Let's have a look. Goalkeepers, clean sheets, obviously Richard O'Donnell. Hey? Who's that? Richard O'Donnell is taking goal for Newport County, 32-year-old. That's a strange one. Let's just click on Newport County a minute. The transfer embargo is still in play, which means they haven't brought anybody in. So I don't recall them bringing in that O'Donnell, but it doesn't matter. They're doing bad. They need to sort it out. Jermaine Anderson is actually captain as well. Key player, captain, top scorer, talisman. Well, right, guys, that's the end of this episode. Hope you're enjoying the series. It's going quite well as far as I'm concerned. I'm thinking now, if Newport County get the right man and don't go down, then promotion is on for next season when the transfer embargo is up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next time, it's cheerio for now. Thank you.